12 new cases here in Singapore. Today, it's actually yesterday because it's past 12 midnight here in Singapore, but it's due today because I haven't slept. So never mind. So 3 cases are discharged, so that's good. So as of 12 noon on the 11th of March, the MOH verifies 12 more cases of COVID-19 infection in Singapore. So one is from SAFRA Jurong, which I have mentioned is the biggest cluster in Singapore, and we have eight imported cases, 1 linked to an imported cases and 2 unlinked. So let's read. So let's scroll all the way down. Okay, 67 and 78 imported case involving a 37-year-old Filipino national who is a Singapore work pass holder. He went to Philippines from the 11th to the 19th of February and again on the 23rd to the 2nd March to visit a relative with pneumonia which has passed on. So this is a death from COVID-19 in Philippines. He confirmed to have COVID-19 on the 11th of March, and then he was warded. He's a case family of 167. So 167 is the 35-year-old Filipino national, and she was in the Philippines from 11 to 17. She had the onset of symptoms on the 8th and confirmed on the 10th. So she is employed as a staff nurse and has been at work prior to hospital admission. So it could be the case where she got infected while working. It could also be a case where she got it from Philippines. So although the chances of getting it from the hospital is actually pretty low because of the kind of standards that we have in Singapore. So case 168. So 167 and 168 is both on the same day. Okay, so 168, Singapore citizen, haven't gone to anywhere. 1st March, went to the doctor on the 2nd, 5th, 8th, 2 separate clinics, and people need to stop doing this. They need to stick to just one clinic because the doctor at the other clinic would not know what's happening to you, and when you have to go to see a doctor in quick successions, usually they will actually recommend you for a test. So this is not good. So on the 8th, he referred to the emergency department on the 8th and confirmed on the 10th, which is the day before or yesterday, depend on what day are you at. So okay, so no one knows what is, so this unlinked. Okay, 169, a Singaporean that was in France. I'm looking at you. 15 Feb to 7 March, and he's a contact case of 165, 173 and 175. So it could be a case where he infected that nurse, because 165 is, no, it's not that nurse, it's another case. Wow, that's confusing, man. So onset on the 9th, emergency at 10, confirmed afternoon. So he's a Republic of Singapore Air Force serviceman. So interesting. 165, 173, 175. So 165 is from yesterday. Let me pull it out. Who is that from yesterday? 165. Let's see, 165. No, 165 is not here. It's from this day. Where's 165, man? Oh, it's here. Okay. Singaporean, went to France. Serviceman. Oh, so he's also an Air Force serviceman. So we have our own soldiers getting infected. Okay. So this actually shows how bad it is actually in France, because random people, even military people get infected is actually quite a bad thing. And you should, because usually they are quite segregated from the rest of the population, so for them to get infected, that means the cases in France is pretty out of control already. So okay, so next, 170, Indonesian national, 56-year-old female, case member of 152. So she has symptoms in Indonesia and presented herself at the hospital after arrival. So another case of Indonesian coming to Singapore for treatment. Case 171, France again, 27 Singapore citizen in France from 25th of Feb to 1st March, and Spain from the 1st March to 6th March. So it could be either country, because Spain is quite bad too. Sorry for me touching my nose, it's getting itchy. I'm at home, so don't worry about me. He was confirmed to have COVID-19 infection on 11 morning. Okay, so imported case, Philippine national in Philippines from 27 to the 2nd March. Confirmed on the 11th that she got it. So not enough details, probably come tomorrow. So this is worrisome because it's another case of Philippines. So we have two earlier on, so now we have this one. So case 173, another France. So 31-year-old Singaporean citizen, male, 15 Feb to 7 March. So he's from the Air Force too. So infected, shown to have confirmed infection on 11 March, and he's a contact case of 165, 169, 175. So they're all colleagues probably. So next case, case 174, 67-year-old Singapore citizen. Confirmed, he's linked to the dealer function at Safra Jurong. Okay. And 175, an imported case, in France again, 15 Feb to 7 March. So it's also from the Air Force. Yeah, that was the same case that was mentioned above. Yeah. So 176, imported case of involving 37-year-old British national that has been in Japan, 24th to 4th March, and UK from 4th to 8th. I can confidently tell you she got it from the UK. So that's bad. So we have another one, 26-year-old Singaporean in the US from 14th to 24th, and UK from 28th to 1st, and France to 2nd to 7th. God, I'm quite sure this is from France, but given that it's on the 11th, he probably infected around here, because here will be a bit early, because if he's infected in the UK, that is like a full 14 days to confirmation. But of course they did not put when did he have the symptoms, so I might be wrong. So take a look at the yesterday's cases. So the 57 Singaporean PR in Malaysia, 20 to 23rd. Okay, Safra Jurong, so no point. So 165, this is the one that is the Air Force one, and 166. So Safra Jurong, so I'm not going to care much about the Safra Jurong ones. she gone to work. So good luck to the company. So let's see whether there's any travel ban to Europe. I don't think so. So now we are talking deferred from Italy. All travelers. So at the moment they're talking about all travelers. It's no longer really focusing on any specific country. I'm not sure if there is still the quarantine period for people coming back from certain areas. I think there would be, but hard to say. So I'm not sure what your country actually advise you guys. So in Singapore, you see, this is the precautions that we do. So avoid contact with people who are sick. Have good personal hygiene. Frequent washing of your hands with soap. Wear a mask if you have respiratory symptoms such as cough and shortness of breath, because cough and shortness of breath are the symptoms of COVID-19. Dry cough. And cover your mouth with tissue paper when you're coughing or sneezing, and dispose the tissue paper in the rubbish bin immediately. Seek medical attention promptly if you're unwell. So the best way to deal with the infection is actually by going to the doctor as soon as you fall sick. Of course, for very mild cases, a lot of people don't. I think sometimes myself don't. But that shouldn't be the way, especially in a very terrible hotspot, like in most of the country in Europe now. So you should go to see the doctor. But I'm not sure if your medical infrastructure now is able to handle all the cases. So stay strong and keep fit.